In a quiet part of the jungle, where trees whispered and the wind hummed softly, lived a tiny creature named Flicker, a firefly. He had shiny yellow light and glowed whenever he was happy, scared, or excited. Every night, Flicker would fly through the forest, lighting up the sky like a little flying star. He loved to zoom up and zip out, but showing off his glow to everyone. Look at me, he will called. I am the brightest bug in the forest. Some of the animals giggled, some nodded kindly, but others just watched quietly. High above in the old tree lived Olivin, the wise night owl. He saw everything from the up branches. He didn't speak much, but when he did, the whole forest listened. One evening, as the moon rose like a silver balloon, Flicker darted through the trees faster than ever. "Wee, look at my glow," he chirped. But he zoomed so fast, no bump in the Mintra the moth. "Oh," Mira cried, rubbing his tiny wing. "Flicker, please be careful." "Oops, sorry," Flicker laughed. "But aren't I brighter tonight?" He would then sweep down and started Rana the frog, who fell off the lily pad into the pond. Splash. "Flicker," croaked Rana. "Can't you fly a bit slower?" "Slower, but no one else will see how beautiful my light is." From above, Olivin watched quietly. His big, bright eyes blinked slowly. Later that night, Flicker flew up to the Olivin's tree. "Did you see how fast I flew?" he asked proudly. "I did," said Olivin, blinking. "But I also saw a moth nearly hurting and frog sob." Flicker's glowed them for a moment. "But I didn't mean to," Olivin nodded gently. "Intentions matter, dear Flicker, but you do so actions. Let me tell you a story." Flicker sat on a branch, curious. "Long ago, began with Olivin, there was a bright little flame lantern. It glowed happily in the forest. All the animals admired it, but the flame wanted to shine more, so burned hotter and hotter." Flicker learned in wide eyes. But one night, it grew so hot that it burned the grass below it. The flowers withered. The animals ran away in time to shine the brightest. It forgot to care. Flicker blinked. "What happened to the flame?" "It dimmed," said the Olivin, "because no one came near, and it's a loss of joy." Flicker looked down in the jungle. "I didn't mean to. I just wanted to glow and did not want to hurt someone." "And your light is beautiful," Olivin gently said. "Your beauty is not to be appreciated. It's shared with everyone with kindness." Flicker was quiet, and that night he flew slower. He twinkled instead of zooming. He visited Myra's and said sorry. He helped Rana, flew a little valley, and something magical happened. The forest animals gathered and sang, "Flicker is our light of the night." Flicker smiled with his glow and soft, ready, and peaceful. That night, Olivin flew down beside him. "Your light," said Olivin, "is now filled with wisdom." And so, the tiny firefly and the wise old owl become friends. They were flew together, one glowing, one watching, spreading a light and care across the forest. The moral of the story is, kids, true brightness comes not from showing off, but from kindness, care, and wisdom. Shine, but always be gentle. So kids, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. The Little Boy and the Talking Parrot. In a small village surrounded by green fields and tall trees, there lived a kind-hearted boy named Sam. Sam was 8 years old and curly hair, brown and green curious eyes. He loved to play in the fields and listen to the stories, help his parents with their work. One day, while going through the forest near his home, Sam heard a strange noise. "Help! Help!" the voice called. Sam stopped and looked around. "Who's there?" he asked. To his surprise, he saw a beautiful green parrot trapped in thorny bushes. Its feathers were shining in sunlight, and he has tiny eyes filled with fear. Without thinking twice, Sam carefully removed the thorns with the feed and parrot, and the bird flapped his wings and looked at him. "Thank you, kind boy," the parrot said. Sam's eyes widened in shock. "Did you just talk?" Parrot chuckled. "Yes, I'm a magical parrot. You saved my life, so I want to give you a special gift." Sam was amazed. "A gift? What kind of gift?" The parrot smiled. I will grant you one wish, but choose wisely, for wishes are powerful. Sam thought for a moment he could wish for gold, sweet, or even become richest boy in the world. But then he remembered something. In his village, there were too many people. But some families had no food, some children had no warm clothes for winter. Sam looked at the parrot and said, I wish for all the people in my village to have enough food and warm clothes. The parrot's eyes twinkled. A truly kind wish. Close your eyes. Sam closed his eyes. When he opened them, something wonderful happened. When Sam returned to his village, he saw a basket full of fresh foods inside every house, warm clothes near folded every doorstep. All the villagers were surprised and overjoyed. Look, there's food for everyone, they cheered. An old man smiled at Sam. They must be doing something, kind boy. Sam smiled, but nothing. He said he knew the magical parrot, but he made it happen. A rich but greedy man named Mr. Grump heard about Sam's gift. He wanted more rich for himself, so he decided to find the magical parrot. He searched for the forest for days and until he finally found it, the talkative parrot. Give me a wish, Mr. Grim demanded. The parrot sighed. Wishes could be said wisely. What do you wish for? Mr. Grum smirked. I wish for all the goals in the world are mine. The parrot nodded. Very well. Close your eyes. When Mr. Grump opened his eyes, he saw piles of gold everywhere, but something was wrong. The gold has replaced all the food in his house. He had nothing to eat. The greedy man cried, Oh no, what I have done, the hungry man said. And Mr. Grump went to Sam and said, I was foolish, Sam. You wished for others, but I was selfish. Will you share your food with me? But Sam smiled and handed him a loaf of bread. Of course, it will never to be late to be kind. The magical parrot, watched from trees, nodded happily. True kindness and generosity always brings happiness, it said. From that day on, Sam continued to help others, and Mr. Grum changed his ways. Learning and sharing kindness are more valuable. The moral of the story is, kids, true happiness comes from kindness and helping others, not from greed. So kids, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. The Loyal Dog and the Lost Kitten. In a small village surrounded by fields and gardens lived a loyal dog named Max. Max was big and a gentle dog with a soft brown coat and kind eyes. He belonged to the farmer who looked him after very well, and in return, Max helped guard the house and animals. Max was known throughout the village for his loyalty. One chilly autumn morning, as Max was resting near the barren peas, he noticed a small frightened sound coming from bushes nearby. Curious, Max got up and walked to investigate. Peeking throughout the buzz, he saw a tiny shivering kitten with wide frightened eyes. The little kitten looked lost and alone. Hello there, little one, Max said gently. What are you doing here by yourself? The kitten looked up at the Max, her little paws trembling. I don't know where I am, she mewed softly. I got separated from my mother and now I am lost. Max heard softened. The kitten looked up at Max with a relief, feeling safe for the first time since had been separated from her family. Thank you, she whispered, crying. Max lay down next to her. As the day went on, Max kept the kitten close, taking her around the farm and showing her where she could find. Max decided to search for a kitten's mother. He knew the village nearby, fields as well. The kitten followed Max, staying close by his side. Max moved slowly, but in search of harder than Max expected. They looked everywhere, through the fields, near the river, and even the edges of village. Do you think we will ever find my mother? She asked softly. Max gave her a reassuring nuzzle. Don't worry, I won't give up until we find her. Over the last few days, Max and the kitten became inseparable. The other animals in the village were amazed by Max's loyalty. You developed so much, Max, said an old sheep. Max nodded. Loyalty means standing by those who is in need. One bright morning, as Max the kitten were playing in the field, Mum, she called out, her tiny voice trembling with excitement. Max hurled to leaped. Come on, little one, let's see if that's your mother. They followed the sound. The kitten let out joyful meow dash with his mother. Mom, I missed you so much. The mother sighed cat with relief and happiness. She scooped her little to warm embrace. Oh my darling, I was so worried about you. The mother cat returned to Max and with a grateful eyes. Thank you, Max. You looked after my kitten when she was lost and frightened. Max bowed head humbly. It was my pleasure. Loyalty means standing by those who is need. Max gave her a gentle nuzzle. Always remember, little one, loyalty is a gift we everyone need, family and friends. Max continued to live his life with loyalty protector. The moral of the story is loyalty means standing by those who is in need, even when it's difficult. True friendship is built on loyalty and kindness, and it lasts lifetime. So kids, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel PR Kids. Today I have got you a very interesting story. The title of the story is The Golden Egg Mystery. In a small village near a river, there lived a poor farmer named Peter. He worked hard on its little farm every day, but still struggled to earn enough money. Peter had a small house and a few chickens and an old cow. One day, while collecting eggs from his hen's nest, he saw unusual. Among the white eggs there was a shiny golden egg. Peter's eyes widened in surprise. A golden egg? How is this possible? He whispered. Excited and curious, he picked up the golden egg and ran to the market. When he showed it to the goldsmith, the man's eyes lit up. This is pure gold, the goldsmith exclaimed. I will buy it from you with a high price. Peter could not believe his luck. He happily sold the egg and returned home with a bag full of coins. The next morning, Peter checked again his nest. To his amazement, there was another golden egg. Day after day, he had laid a golden egg, and Peter's wealth grew. He bought new clothes, fixed his house, and became richer man in the village. But as his wealth increased, so did his greed. After Peter, first happy with one golden egg every day, but soon he became impatient. Why should I wait for one egg every day? What if I take all the golden eggs at once? He thought. Blindly and greed, Peter grabbed the one knife and said, if he lays one golden egg, there must be more inside her. Ignoring the warnings of white neighbors, he killed the hen and opened her up. But to his shock, there was no golden eggs inside, just like any other hen. Peter fell to his down in regret. What I have done, he cried. Without the magical hen, he could no more egg lays. Slowly he spent all his money and soon he was poor again. One day, a wise old man visited him and said, greed only leads to loss. If you have been patient, you would still have been the richest man in the village. Peter learned a lesson, but he was hard way. From that day on, Peter worked hard and never let the greed control him. He shared his story with others so no one would take the same mistake. The moral of the story is, kids, greed leads to loss, but patience and hard work brings the reward. So kids, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching.
Lessons from the Jungle. Parrot and Friends. In a dense, vibrant jungle where the trees touched the sky and the streams flowed like silver ribbons, there lived a cheerful parrot named Mitu. Mitu had colorful feathers, a bright orange beak, and a sharp mind. He always loved by all animals in the jungle for his wisdom and his knack for solving problems. Mitu best friends were Chiku the squirrel, Rani the pigeon, Jumbo the elephant, and Piku the rabbit. Together, they formed a close-knit group that always supported one another. One sunny morning, the friends were gathered under the shade of a big banyan tree, chatting and laughing. Suddenly, a distressed deer named Nilu approached them. Help! Nilu cried. There's a trouble near the river. A big branch has fallen, blocking the stream, and now there is no water flowing to the rest of the jungle. The animal gasped. Without water, the plants and animals in the jungle would suffer. We must do something, Mitu said firmly. Jumbo, the strongest among them, said, I can try to move the branch with my trunk. Rani added, I will fly over the cheeks and check whether the bag is packed or not. Chiku suggested, I can climb the trees and carry small tools like sticks to help and clear the distress. Mitu nodded. Great idea. Let's work together and solve this problem. The group quickly set off towards the river, led by Rani, who flew ahead and scouted. When they arrived, they saw the problem was worse than they imagined. The large branch has tangled with the vines and the rocks, completely stopping the flow of water. Jumbo stepped forward. And let me try. to move the branch. He wrapped his trunk around the branch and pulled with all his might, but the vines and the rocks held it firmly in the place. Chiku climbed a nearby tree and began growling through the vines with sharp teeth. I will lose the vines, he said. Meanwhile, Rani and Mitu flew back and forth, bringing small sticks, leaves to clear the smaller ribs. Piku, the rabbit, worked on digging a small channel and let the water flow while the big blockage was being cleared. Hours passed and animals worked tirelessly. Slowly but surely, the branch began to move. Just a little more effort, Mitu encouraged everyone. Finally, with one last mighty pull from Jumbo and combined the all efforts of everyone else, the branch rolled away. The water gushed freely once again. The animal cheered and splashed. Hooray, we did it! Rani chirped happily. Just as the group was celebrating, a large growl echoed the jungle. A tiger named Sheru emerged from bushes, looking angry. Who dared to disturb my hunting ground? He roared. The animal froze in fear. Sheru was known to be fierce and territorial. Mitu bravely stepped forward and said, We weren't disturbing your ground, Sheru. The stream was blocked and we were clearing to save the jungle. He growled, I don't care about the stream. You scared me, my prey. Who will take the responsibility for that? Thinking quickly, Mitu said, Sheru, if the jungle dies without water, then there won't be any prey left for you. By saving the stream, we ensure that all animals, including your prey, can survive. Isn't that better for you too? Sheru thought for a moment. He realized Mitu was right. Without water, the jungle would suffer, and so would be he. You are wise, Mitu, Sheru said, voice softening. I was too quickly to judge. Thank you for saving the jungle. The animal sighed with relief, and Sheru walked back peacefully. After the excitement was over, the group returned to the banyan tree to rest. Jumbo said, Today showed us that teamwork can solve the biggest problems, Chiku added. And we also learned to stay calm, use our wits in difficult situations. Rani chirped. Me too, your quick thinking saved us from Sheru. You are truly a wisest parrot in the jungle. Mitu smiled modesty. We all play that part. The jungle is our home. It's duty to protect together. From that day on, the animals of the jungle worked even more closely, helping each other in times of need. They learned that kindness, courage, and teamwork could overcome any challenges. The story of Mitu and his friends spread through the jungle, becoming a tale of the parrots told the young ones to teach them the importance of unity and wisdom. The moral of the story is teamwork and unity can solve even the biggest problems. Kindness and quick thinking can turn challenges into opportunities. So kids, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching.